Welcome to DDT Wrestling, your number one podcast in the world in my heart for everything pro wrestling. What we do here is reviews, news, and opinions. So what we'll do is we'll get started. Uh, we have three pretty big topics we want to kind of get out the way. It's been kind of hot button topics going on in the world of wrestling. So here we go. I will start with Charlotte Flair. There has been talk about her inclusion in the Royal Rumble and winning the Royal Rumble. Is it nepotism? I say a hard no with that because that's a woman that has worked hard to get where she is. She can wrestle. She's solid in the promo. She moves the needles.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she's a main player. You know, she has 15 titles, but I don't use that when I do credentials for really anybody. Maybe except for Ric Flair, because Ric Flair back in the day getting those titles, he was the man. It was unquestionable that he was the guy that put over guys like Luger and Sting and you know there was a reason he was the guy in different territories to be the champion. But in this day and age, I feel like Triple H can wake up and just say, you know what, Tozawa is no disrespect because that man can cook in the ring. He can wake up and say Tozawa is going to be a 10-time world champion in wrestling. So not to put down like her skills and her talents. My issue is when they belittle other women on a roster. It's been said that she is miles ahead of every woman on that roster. And I'm thinking, did Rhea disappear in a snap? Did Becky Lynch also disappear in a snapshot or whatever you want to call it? I don't believe that in my time of watching Charlotte Flair that she has ever had a connection with the fans like the man Becky Lynch, which was stone cold nuclear hot.
Mm-hmm.
Rhea Ripley as mommy. Even Bianca Belair in her run, she was basically the female John Cena in her run.
Longest title run.
So I feel like I actually put those women ahead of Charlotte Flair at this time. Now, let me go into the promo from last night and from Monday. I feel like they're elevating Charlotte ahead of world titles. Both champions just said, wrestle me. I want you to wrestle me. Please wrestle me. She literally said Tiffany should beg her.
On her knees.
And I just feel like you're belittling the champion. And I heard a theory out there where they're like, a woman take all match where Charlotte wins the titles, basically making her a 16-time champion because she would take Rhea and Tiffany Stratton, and then have her drop one for her to be the one to win 17 before John Cena wins 17.
They said kill
Some
five
of these
birds.
theories are crazy. If it was the Vince McMahon era,
Yeah.
I would say, you know what, that's a possibility. He
Yeah.
loves his blondes. He loves Charlotte. And look, nothing taken away from Charlotte. I just feel like um, to say she's miles ahead of and to treat her like she's miles ahead of every other woman on that roster, I think is just it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
That's my TED talk right there for Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Mhm.
Like I'm a person who likes to title these topics, and the title that I have for this one is Honor the Titan but Recognize the Giants. To say that Charlotte Flair is miles ahead or nobody is even close to her not only does a disservice to the other women in the division, but Charlotte Flair has worked hard to build them up. So that means that you're saying that all these feuds and all these matches and all these promos and all these things that you claim Charlotte is fantastic at is null and void because these women are so far behind her. yeah, Charlotte Flair is playing this gimmick of, I'm the best, and I'd argue that this cocky gimmick is the best gimmick that she has. It runs in the family. I don't think face Charlotte. I would. You can't convince me for that. So this gimmick
Her
of
gimmick
Charlotte
is
Flair,
crap.
this gimmick of Charlotte Flair is the best gimmick. But if you were to ask Ashley Elizabeth Flair, are these other women at your same level? She would say, hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah, they are. Mount Rushmore is not just a one face monument. So I think it's important to acknowledge the work that all of these other women have put into pro wrestling, as well as acknowledging that, yeah, Charlotte's great. So my support for Charlotte's greatness stops when people say that she's so far ahead of other people. And
Right.
there's so many people that say, oh, the people that say it's just nepotism, it's so radical. That is a radical opinion for you to say that it's just nepotism. But it's just as radical for you to say that nobody's even close. You're a Charlotte Flair solo stand, and there's no space for solo stands in pro wrestling. You got to acknowledge everybody a part of the business, because Charlotte
Right.
Flair loves his business. I mean, look at how she came back. 0% body fat. She worked so hard to get healthy after that horrible injury that would have taken out most people for the rest of their careers. So to disrespect other women in the business is disrespecting the business, which I don't think Charlotte would genuinely stand for. But yeah, I mean, regarding how they're making her look for this title, hopefully the end is to make Rhea and especially Tiffany Stratton bigger stars. Because yeah, Charlotte Flair stood tall, especially for the Tiffany Stratton promo. I mean, Tiffany has a very high pitched, girly voice, and that didn't really help because she did sound like a child. It's Tiffany time. Like, we only cared about you for a day. Like, that's something like she really just said nanny nanny boo boo to Charlotte Flair, you know? And it
Wow.
they did make Charlotte Flair stand tall. Um, so I'm interested to see how they're gonna go about this. Because right now, if Charlotte were to go against either one of those two women, I think Charlotte's winning based on those two promos alone. They do have time to build up
Right.
Road to WrestleMania, so we'll see what happens there. I don't think that Nia Jax will beat Tiffany Stratton. I think it'll be Tiffany Stratton to take the title to Mania, whoever she goes against. I mean, there is still that person, the contender for the Elimination Chamber, to see who exactly they would fit with better. But right now, if they decide to do a winner take all match, I'm convinced that Charlotte Flair would win based off of how they made her stand tall in those promos.
Yeah. And I will say again, Charlotte doesn't book herself.
That's true.
And I don't believe she's like, that's not going to work for me, brother. I don't
Yeah.
think she's doing that thing. So, yeah, that's just where, just like you said, that's kind of where I sit right there. Like, when you belittle some of the greatness of these other women and just say she's miles ahead, I don't see miles ahead.
No.
There's people I can name. There's a lot of people I can name that she's miles ahead, but I won't do that. But yeah, it's just the conversation has gone toxic in both ways, and I
Mm-hmm.
just look at it like that. She doesn't book herself,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say she is one of the people that can elevate a person. I
Yeah,
give her that, but there are other women that can
I can do that.
do that. Um, I do hope that for the elimination chamber that they do pull the lever in Rhea versus Bianca, because we haven't seen that and on WWE TV, I don't believe. And one other thing is Tiffany Stratton's character, and I don't know if they're doing this because she's petering on face. She isn't Tiffany Stratton from NXT.
No.
Like, she was more of, I don't know, for
Rich
lack of
girl.
a better way of putting it, she was MJF. The way she cut promos, she was, no one's MJF, but she was like more cutting. But I think maybe that's because she's teetering in the face persona.
Yeah.
So I just really don't like your two champions, especially Rhea Ripley, saying, challenge me.
Yeah.
Whereas like Gunther is like,
Don't
You're
pick.
beneath me.
Yeah, you're beneath
You
me.
do nothing for my legacy.
Yeah.
Don't challenge me.
Yeah.
Like they, you know, I don't know if it's like I said, maybe it sounds realish if you're telling a person, don't face me because you're, maybe that's a heel tactic.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't like that direction they went. But hey, I'll let Paul Triple H Levis cook and
Yeah.
see where they come. I just hope it doesn't like really crap on some of these other women.
Agreed.
What so what topic do you have? You're putting these wonderful headers on your topics.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of, with this talk about goats, I feel like John Cena is a good segue from Charlotte Flair. Um, and for John Cena, like my title, not as good as that one. I say Serious Cena has entered the chat. Uh, you know, John Cena at that post-show conference, he didn't take no questions. He didn't do the John Cena thing. He sat there and probably gave one of the most serious monologues that I've ever seen him give in a long time.
Let me stop you for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
People that are listening, this is a John Cena stand right here.
Yes.
She ride dies for John Cena from childhood to right now, this very moment. So this is a take I really want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, to to put it in perspective, I was never a Cena sucks person. I always stood strong on the Let's Go Cena. I thought those people were sheep and they were traitors and they didn't care about what was good for business. Now, I am a realist. I can acknowledge that there are many times where sure, maybe the person that John Cena beat should have won, but that's besides the point. John Cena has done wonders for WWE, but I mean, in the last post-show conference that he did, there was one guy that was like, "Oh, it's so great to see you, John Cena," and then he cut a joke like, "Come on, man, see me." That's what John Cena does. He makes jokes like that.
Right,
Like he's happy-go-lucky and
right.
sunshine John Cena. This one, he said, "I'm not going to take questions today," and he was serious. And I didn't know what to do. I mean, I feel like if I was 6 years old, I would have been like, "Oh my God, like, why is he so upset?" But basically, he turned his opinion from what he said before. He had this kind of unsure, I don't know, guys, it's not really as plausible for me to win 17. And then he was like, you know what? I'll win the Rumble, and that's how I'll do it. He loses the Rumble, and he's like, it, it hit me. What's good for business is me winning 17. Whoa. John Cena has never said something like that before.
Hill.
it's always
Hillish.
it's always been,
Very
I'll do what I can, the people will be beside me, I'll try my best. Now he says what's best for business is for me to main event WrestleMania and for me to win 17, not for my ego, but because I want to
that's
shake the
crazy.
hand of the person that wins 18. He said, I'm going to be in the elimination chamber because I feel the 23 years that I've given to this business earned me a spot. I will record a movie in Hungary and the 5 other competitors can slander my name as best they can. Who is talking right now? Who was that? I have never heard John Cena speak in that way since like Word Life Thugonomics John Cena. And I wasn't even alive for that. So that was me watching reruns of that. So I'm like, that was such a serious cutthroat promo that I've ever seen John Cena give. It felt very raw. And that it was such a tense moment because after he said, I won't be taking any questions, all of the journalists were silent. You could hear a pin drop. You could hear a pin drop through him talking that way. However, with this kind of change in confidence, this kind of serious Cena, new look that we've got, I am not confident that I'm less confident that he's gonna win now. I was way more confident that he was gonna do it when he was kind of doing the whole like, oh, I don't know, guys, it won't happen. There's no way. I haven't won a match in over 2,000 days. Blah blah blah. And now he's like, I'm gonna do it. I have the spot. Those 5 other suckers, yeah, good luck. I'm gonna record a movie. I won't even be on TV. Good luck. You guys have to qualify. And I'm like,
He's Hollywood Rock.
That's Hollywood. That's something Hollywood Rock would
That's Hollywood Rock. It just like popped in my head.
Yeah.
I have my theory about this. I don't know if you're done your point, but
Yeah.
I do have my theory. I feel like he's not going to win it, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to have his reflection of, I didn't earn that.
Yeah.
I've always been about hustle, loyalty, and respect. He's not hustling by claiming his space.
He's gonna go back to his roots.
He didn't respect the game. He
Wow.
wasn't loyal to who he was.
That's his promo. They're writing this
This
down.
is a promo that CM Punk can throw on him.
Yeah. Oh.
CM Punk's the guy that would do it.
Yeah.
He's the guy that, or like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
They're the two guys that will cut that promo. Like,
Yeah.
where's hustle, loyalty, and
John
respect?
Cena, what happened to hustle, loyalty, and respect? It's not
He's
respectful.
going to go through this. He's going to lose at WrestleMania. I don't know how they get there. Maybe I won't theorize on how they're going to get there or what they're going to get there to. Maybe in the last point. But he's going to get 17. Unless, like I said in the previous discussion, they want Charlotte to get 17 and then 18. He said in that promo, he's like, then I can be the one to shake their hand. Maybe it's going to be Charlotte that gets 18. Maybe, but I don't think he's going to get 17 at Mania. I think he's going to have a reflection on the way he did it, and he's going to earn his way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a tournament, however they do it.
Right.
Money in the Bank isn't really. I mean, Money in the Bank if you win that match.
Or King of the
What was that?
The King of the King of the Ring tournament.
King of the Ring is another way he can get his shot, but I feel like SummerSlam is where they do it because SummerSlam is a 2-night event.
Oh yeah.
Now in New York.
Oh.
That's where I think it happens. I think it's going to happen there. Who it is, who he takes it from, and he can take either one.
Either one.
It doesn't matter which one he does, because I believe Jay is going to walk away with that title, the world title.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if it will happen by then. But yeah, I think he's going to have a reflection of that promo. It's not hustle, loyalty, and respect. He's going to get back to his roots of grinding, making his crazy facial expressions, and winning his shot to get the title. And he's going to get 17. Ric Flair is going to be there to shake his hand. And that's it. You're going to cry.
Yep.
And there we go.
Yeah.
And then he'll drop it to somebody before the end of the year.
Yeah.
That's cinema. Like Triple H is all about the long-term story. He's not just shooting stuff. And that was a part of the story. John Cena changing who he is because he's desperate. Because he feel like he doesn't have it anymore. He's desperate. And he's going to overcome and do what he does. Mm-hmm. And salute.
Yeah. That's a movie. That's
cinema. As Martin Scorsese says, cinema.
No, literally.
And my next topic I wanted to get into is this picture of WrestleMania. It's about as cloudy as it was last year. Last year, you had the Cody Crybabies, whatever you want to call them, and you had the introduction of the final boss and the twists and turns. Were they going to go with Cody? Were they not going to go with Cody? Was it going to be Rock versus Roman? What was the intent?
Mm-hmm.
What the truth was. So it's very cloudy.
Yeah.
It looks like they want to set up Roman and Seth and Punk. Mm-hmm. But what is that triple threat at Mania for? Now one thing, could it be for a title shot to include himself in a match with Cody?
Very well could be.
And a winner of the Elimination Chamber, which I think will be Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to make that a triple threat?
It very well could be. That adds a lot more drama.
But then they have to make sense of it. How does Paul Heyman have that clout it's wrestling. You can write
It's
anything.
wrestling, and like
Um,
they need to
but
do.
it still has to. They still can't insult you with it.
That's
But I'm just wondering where they're going with that. I mean, do I want to see? I think I'd like to see like Roman and Seth build to finally get this out, to finally end this whole thing. You know, Seth is the reason he lost to Cody because he couldn't put Cody away because he had PTSD
yeah,
of when Seth took the chair. It was just perfect storytelling.
10 years in the making.
Yes. And so maybe have that, but to include Punk, is
That's
he like a third wheel? You
well,
know, so
right now he is, but they still have to answer that question of what that favor is.
right.
Not insult our intelligence on that. And that favor has to be for Mania. Because otherwise, what's the whole point of all these people making fun of CM Punk for not main eventing WrestleMania? And god damn it, if CM Punk uses his favor, it better pay off. You
Yes.
can't, have some extra help and it not, result in the end. Because then it's like, why did I care this whole time? Um,
Right. I mean, not that they haven't done stuff and just forgot about it or just let it people us forget about it. I
yeah,
haven't seen that in this new era because there was talk of like a whole show would be written and then Vince would change the Monday Night Raw the
like
day
last
of,
minute, like as people were walking out.
like last minute. Like that hasn't been what we've seen of storylines is unless they just forget about like the Jade Cargill thing and just say, "Hey, she's back."
Bro, that would be
Hey, everybody,
so
I'm here.
infuriating. No, like just pretending it didn't even. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
just
ridiculous.
pretend. Oh, I tripped. I
Yeah,
tripped.
I felt guys. I
Yeah, nobody did this.
Yeah, you guys were
Yeah,
so
unless they,
extra.
but I haven't seen that in this era.
Yeah,
But yeah, I just think it's. But you know what? A muddy title picture at this stage is good.
that's
It is
true.
making us think. Is making us talk. They have so many stars that you're like, what are they going to do with this person?
Hmm.
It looks like Kevin and Sami Zayn are going to be dance partners
Yeah.
based on him probably having a completely shattered spinal cord and everything else, a contusion and whatever their favorite injury is from the pile driver. Um, so it looks like they're going to be dance partners. And then the Elimination Chamber can set up other stuff. So there's that. Um, but yeah, that's, that's where I am. I just is I can't put together. I remember WrestleMania would be predictable after the previous WrestleMania. You knew who was going to set it up, but these last couple of WrestleManias, they've
Hmm.
been doing their thing, and I can appreciate that.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's where I am with that.
One of the things I want is to yeet the night away. Like I know there's a lot of speculation on these heavy hitting matches. This is main event Jey Uso, guys. He
Night one or two.
night it has to be night one. Okay. I won't get ahead of myself because if you have a Cena versus Cody, and especially if you have a triple threat included in that will probably be the final thing to close WrestleMania. Um, but Jay opened Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. He's over, and he's a main event Jey Uso. Just give this one to him.
Well, you said Yeet the Night Away night one. Now think about this. If we're doing all right, different scenarios, we do a triple threat with Cena, Cody, and Punk. Punk wins. Yay, he's a new champion. That's the banner shows up. Punk is on top of it in the corner, holding the title up. Fireworks going off.
Mm-hmm.
Or Cody retains.
Yeah.
He's in his top of the corner. We give it all away. Whoa. Or Cena wins 17. You know, holding the title up, going crazy,
Hmm.
or yeeting the night as the last image of WrestleMania, period. Are
You
we
know what?
yeeting the night away for night two? And Cena, I don't like based on my theory, Cena's not going to win. We're not going to have Cena standing tall.
Yeah.
So it's either Cody retaining, Punk
Uh-huh.
winning, or eating the night away.
Yeah. I mean, you make a great point, and that I guess this is where match placement comes into play because unless they're trying to like play us, if Jey Uso, well, not if Jey Uso, because I think Jey Uso is going to be Gunther, but if that Cena, Cody, and Punk is night two, then I think that it's more likely that Cena gets 17, versus if they have that on night one because yeeting the night away is the most likely scenario in all of this. Like, I can't predict whether it'll be Cody retaining, Punk winning. 17 is, but yeeting the night away is like guaranteed. Like, there's no way they build this up and we don't do that. And that is going to be the most
Right.
exciting thing to do in out of all of WrestleMania. I think yeeting the night away is the most exciting. That's because I don't think 17 will happen. So,
Now,
maybe night two.
now I'm thinking if you're having this triple threat match to see who gets in the triple threat match,
Mm-hmm.
both of them aren't going to be on the same day.
No. So then it's like, does that
So
take over?
that would mean Cody is defending night two.
Mm-hmm.
Cody would have to defend night two. And you're not putting as match number one.
No.
No, no. This is why it's so good actually.
Yeah,
Because we just don't know. We can't predict what picture they want. They
exactly.
are clearly putting Rocket on Jey Uso and making him the banner carrier for the company, other than Cody, of course.
Mm-hmm.
If they really wanted to make him a banner holder, he would have the WWE title and not the world title. Because I don't care what they say, they're not equal.
They're
They
not
just
even.
aren't.
No. Sure.
But yeah, there's just so much going on. One point we talked about during SmackDown is like Jey Uso not calling out
Obafemi.
Obafemi. Why isn't he saying I might go challenge him?
I
He
would
don't
want
want the smoke.
him. I'm
He don't
scared
want
of.
the smoke.
I want him to bring that up on
I
NXT.
would love for Obafemi to bring that up. I would love that. But yeah, that was a solid SmackDown. They always, they basically Jacob Fatu came out to be a hater. He just came out to hate on Jay.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I'm thinking about the LA Knight promo. First, he did the promo on men's mental health, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then he made a comment to from the rumors that happened that Drew McIntyre was angry and upset, and he stormed out because somebody had to get their moves in.
Yeah.
And LA Knight said that. Oh, that's right. I got to get my moves in because it was rumored that it was him. And then in that match, there was a moment where they were like hitting each other like they were fighting. I
Yeah.
think they were playing. If you look at the match again, it didn't. It looked like Charlotte and Nia Jackson had one match where they were just like swinging
Yeah.
like I don't like you. I don't know if that was to make it look like they had real heat, like it was
Yeah.
a real shoot, or if it was a real shoot. And I think they did the same thing
Mm-hmm.
last night to play to the dirt sheets or
Yeah.
whatever. But wrestling is acting, and it's they're playing to it. They're like they know the crap that's set out there, so they just have fun with it. So
Exactly.
um going through NXT again. I mean, the best line of the night was I want to match with that bitch.
Which
Which
one?
one? That's one of the best lines I think I've seen in a while. That was funny. So um those were my points. Yeah, that's where we are with WrestleMania. We're in a state of we don't know.
Yeah.
There's only probably one guaranteed match. I think you can pencil in, you can write in ink Jey Uso and Gunther.
Yes.
Like I think he wants to do that.
Mhm.
and Cody versus somebody. Those are the matches
Versus question mark.
that we can write in ink for WrestleMania season. But that's all, folks.
Yeah,
That's what we have
exactly.
for this edition of DDT Wrestling Podcast.
Yes. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please put comments. We want to see what you guys think for the picture for WrestleMania. And until next time, it's been DDT Wrestling.
DDT, calling that DDT.
Bye
Peace.
bye.
You just can't get up from that.